What's up everybody, Jacob here again, and today this is the kickoff of my new video series, the disassembly of my 1997 Mercedes Benz E320. It is, used to be my daily driver. It's my favorite car in the entire world, my first car, and I finally get to start on disassembling the vehicle so that I can rebuild the engine and manual swap it and put a turbo on it. It's been my dream for the last couple years, and I just need to learn more and more until finally I'm at the point where I have the time and money to pull everything out and rebuild it. So at this time everything is all apart. It's sitting around me actually, but today's video is just getting everything out of the engine bay that doesn't need to be there, all the panels and the hood and stuff, so that we can get it ready to pull the engine and training out. So without further ado, let's hop into it. So what we got here, this is the heart of Daario. Makes, I think to the wheels, like 210 horsepower. This particular engine has about 145,000 miles on it, something like that. I changed the gauge cluster out, and it had the tripometer on it and the odometer, and I don't know, the new one was like 100,000 miles over the old number. But you know, engine's in fairly good condition. I got it at 90,000 miles, and today as it sits 145,000, so I put about 55,000 miles on this car. This truly is my own personal first car. It's very sentimental to me, and pretty much I don't know, 6 months after I got this car, I had this wild idea of, look how fantastic of an area this is to hold a turbo. I mean, just imagine that big old turbo could sit right there. You just pop out maybe this high beam or something, and boom, ram air intake directly into the turbo. Yep, so today it's finally happening after a couple years owning this car. Again, like I said, it's my first car, so it's this very, very exciting day for me. So we're gonna go ahead and get started by, I've already taken some pictures. We're gonna get started by taking off, you know, the intake, take off all the panels, take off the bumper, take out the headlights, take out the radiator. I don't know exactly how I'm gonna take out the fan. Take off the fan, I'm not sure yet because it takes a specific tool, but hey, we'll get there. We'll figure it out. So we got the entire front clip off, and we got the radiator out. Got all the intake stuff. Let's see here, all the external coolant stuff as far as I know of. Got the windshield wash reservoir out of there. But I mean, really the thing is that we're just trying to free up the front of the engine. I took the condenser out, and it turns out the AC system was not charged at all. I haven't had AC for a very long time. I suspected that's what the problem was, but oh, I had other things on the list of things to do. Anyways, so you can see down in here, big oil leak problem right up in here. Let's see if I can get it. Something's been leaking like a sieve for so long. It's kind of hard to see in there, but here we go. See some more grime. All right, next what we're gonna do is go through and disconnect as much of the wiring harness as possible and pull it back, and then make sure that there's nothing else connected to the engine anywhere. All right, starting to get a little bit later at night, but no problem. It's 9 o'clock, but there's no stopping me. So I believe I have everything disconnected from the engine all the way around. I have the entire engine harness off and everything marked. Probably end up cutting the wire harness around in this area or something like that so that I can rewire it for a Mega Squirt. I think that's the route that I'm gonna go. But I have everything disconnected over here on this side. Got the AC line disconnected here. The other side of the AC compressor goes to the condenser, and I have that disconnected, so I should be able to just slip that out. Fuel rail I took out because it was a lot easier to get to everything back behind underneath of the intake manifold. I tried to get the intake manifold off, but let's see here, these bolts are starting to try to strip, and it is impressively difficult to get anything in here on them, so I'm gonna do that once this is out, and I'll probably end up modifying some Allen wrenches or something. Next thing to do is I'm gonna head underneath the vehicle, and I'm going to disconnect the exhaust manifolds. and I'm going to disconnect the drive shaft, unplug all the sensors from the transmission, and that should be it. This thing should be ready to come out. I'll just go ahead and hook up the crane to it and then lift up a little bit and then unbolt the mounts and then lift her out. I think I'll lift it out probably tomorrow morning. I'll have everything else done tonight, so. All right, so some time later, got the exhaust out, whole entire exhaust. Let's see here. It is pretty hacked and slashed. I've done a bunch of dumb stuff to it over the years. Yeah, it's all gonna get replaced. So the whole wiring harness I do have disconnected, and I have almost everything labeled. There's a couple of question marks in there. Let's see, everything on this side is disconnected. I have heat shields removed and the whole exhaust, as I said. I'm working on the drive shaft right now, but I'm gonna have to call it a night. It is starting to get a little bit late and I am hurting and hungry. So I'll have to pick it up tomorrow. And tomorrow I'm gonna have to go out and get some bolts so I can put them through the mounts on the engine so I can pull this thing out. And I also have to get a little bit of chain, I think. Maybe not. Maybe not. Get some bolts though, for sure. And looks like the mount points are here and there, back in the back. So, yep, calling it a night, and we'll pick it back up tomorrow. Good night, Daario.